So let's have a test of the 277 Simplex against the 267 Simplex in the test garden, okay? So in the test garden, it's much different. The conditions here, I know where the coin's at, I know how deep it is, I know that there's iron above some targets there, and this is only a test, right? Out in the field is totally different. You know, I've field tested many different machines, many different even prototypes that you'll probably never see. Out in the field is totally different. Out in the field, you have a certain swing speed. Every single detectorist has a certain swing speed, and it has their own way of doing things. Okay, let's try the 277 version of the Simplex Plus in the test garden here. Okay, let me turn it on. Okay, I'll turn it on here, and we'll ground balance it real quick here. 277, and let's ground balance it. Okay, so I got a half dollar, clad half dollar, about 9 inches deep here. It's been in there for about 6 months, a little over 6 months. This is a 277. I'm in field mode right now. I have to go pretty slow over this target. If I was swinging my normal swing speed, like in the curb strips or in parks, you know, I would just completely miss that target, right? Completely miss it. I have to go slow. And I already know that that coin is there. I already know that that half dollar is down there. It's reading up high. It's giving me a really good high tone right there. It's a one-way target. And this is the newer version. I have it jacked up all the way. My iron volume is at half, right in the middle. Right? Now let me go over to Park 1 mode, which is the 3-tone, slower recovery speed, but a deeper field of detection. Okay, it's hitting that half dollar pretty good there. I mean, it's reading in the 90s. Let me swing a little bit faster here. Okay, it's not going to hit it with me swinging fast. You can hear it's all this machine. I have 1,300 hours on this machine, so it's really worn out. And I've really abused this machine. I've kicked it a long ways and thrown it a long ways. But let me go to, I'm gonna go to Park 2 mode and see if it can hit this half dollar, clad half dollar at 8.5 inches. It's hitting it, but it's struggling a little bit. Normal swing speed, gonna miss it, completely miss it. Okay, let's go to this silver quarter that's 8.5 inches deep with a bunch of nails, crusty nails around it. Park mode is hitting it really good. Park 2 mode is hitting it pretty darn good. Okay, let's go to Park 1 mode. Slow the swing speed down a little bit. There's a lot of nails down there, so you're going to hear some iron tones in there. Let me check to make sure, because I just downgraded this machine today. I've been going back and forth from 278 to 277 the last few days, just doing some testing on it, field testing, not in my test garden here. Let me go to jack my iron volume all the way up here in Park 1. You can really hear the iron now on it. Okay, let me drop that back down. Oops, let me drop that back down there. Okay, let me go to Park 2. Okay, go down in volume. The iron volume on these machines, if you have it set right in the middle, it's so much better. It makes it run so much more stable. Okay, let me go. I'm gonna go to Park 2 mode. Pretty stable, fairly stable there. And I have it jacked up all the way, my gain is all the way up. And it's hitting it pretty good right there, right? Okay. Now let's go with the 267 version. I like this machine because it's so much more stable. Out in the test garden, that might outperform this in the test garden, but that's not real world situations. I know exactly where all these coins are at, so I can just pinpoint them right off the bat because they've been there for many months. Okay, you can see that this is a pretty beat up machine here. I put some pretty hard hours on it lately. This is the 267 version, so it's going to have all metal, park, field, and beach. So I'm gonna ground balance this baby here, and I have to wait for it to go through its ground balance phase here. You can't push the up arrow to speed it up to make it bypass those settings. Okay, let's try to hit this $50 here. Field mode. Look at how fast I'm swinging in field mode. All in the 90s. It's not going too far off the 90s, so it's very stable signal. So let's go to park mode, okay? Watch this. 95, 91, 95, 97, 92, 94, 97, 98, 97, 96, 98. This 267 is so stable. You can swing a lot faster and you can pinpoint a lot better than the 277 version. I know, because I have 1,500 hours on these two detectors. Okay? Hitting it pretty good. Let's go to this irony silver quarter at 8.5, 9 inches deep with a bunch of crusty nails above it. $95, $86. So I'm in park mode, so it's gonna be faster recovery here. It's struggling with it a little bit. Okay, let me go to park. Field mode. $80s. It's a little bit squeaky there. Let's look at the iron volume, okay? It's set at 2. I always have that set at 2. It makes it run so much smoother. And with the 277 version, you know, I've put about 50 hours in this machine here. I've just been going back and forth from 277 to 278, and I think the 277 version is a little bit better. Just that's what my opinion. It's just it works for me a little bit better. The 278 version, I didn't see much change in it. I really didn't see much change in those two versions. So because the 277 still has one more bar of gain above the 267, and so does the 278. But the 278 is supposed to be like more stable. It has all the same features, but it's just supposed to be like they tamed it down or something. But if this 267 version or 268 version had just a simple mute button, this would be the perfect detector. This would be the perfect detector. And usually if I get too much EMI, like if I'm in a spot where the 12 kilohertz is not performing very well, like in a curb strip or in a park, or, you know, most of the time like in a curb strip, I can just drop my gain down 1 bar and it'll go away a little bit, or maybe go to beach mode, just try different things. And if my Simplex will not perform in a curb strip, I will go to my Amphibio, and because my Amphibio, I have different coil options for it I can put on. I usually don't have this coil on my Amphibio, but I just want to match it up in some of the videos that I'm going to be creating today. And I can change the frequency. The frequency is really super nice feature on metal detectors. You know, if the Simplex could have multi-frequency, that would be great. But this original version is just the reason why I've been using this Simplex, the 267, so much more than any of my other machines. I basically really haven't been using my other machines. I've been just using this machine. The 267 is just such a stable, it's a perfect machine. If it just only, like I said, if it only had just that mute button for the pinpointer, it would just shut it up a lot more, so I can make videos a lot better. So So thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe.